Hey YouTube, welcome back to Universe X, and we are here to do the showcase of the Unicorn Gundam Banshee Norn edition UR that just came out, the newest limited unit, and on top of being the newest limited unit, he's also the first limited durability unit, so you already know that we are super excited to dive into this one. So yeah, let's actually go and break down the kit, and we're gonna break down this character a little differently than we did last time, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. So let's go over. The first thing we're gonna do is check out the unit himself. Yep, that's the guy. So for a recap for you guys that are just paying attention or haven't watched the previous video, we do have the Banshee Norn Destroy Mode EX, and he has a durability type. That's pretty cool. He's got a fair amount of moves. Now the beam tonfa is kind of interesting because you can only use it like melee range. It's very close range, but inflict the max range beam weapon is decreased by 1 on the enemy. This can actually be really cool as long as you pay attention to your opponent's moves, which should be the goal. This game requires you in higher difficulties to pay attention to what's happening around you and what the different enemy units are bringing to the table. So EN 25, power 4500. That's pretty tight. And then you have the armed armor DE, the beam magnum, the revolving launcher EX. And we're gonna look at the revolver launcher EX. This is a very long range, absolute hit, weapon attribute damage reduction null, inflict attack down by 30%. It can get a little bit bigger. I think it's 35% at max, but that's pretty cool. 5800 power. So those are mainly his moves, and we're gonna go through all of those. That's gonna be part of the new way we break this down. Looking at the details, because my homie says I always forget to do this, we've got UC series, Gundam, Rival, Test Type, Saikamu, EFSF, and new type destroyer system, as well as Tough as Nails as the tags. Now, this is gonna be cool. Tough as Nails is already a very saturated very saturated thing, right? What is this? It's okay, so that's a development one. And what's this one? Okay, cool. So I think I'm not really missing too many URs, right? It doesn't look like it. It does not look like it. So I have all the Tough as Nail URs, and that's pretty tight. Now, looking at that, he's got a bunch of people that he can stand shoulder to shoulder with, but more cases than not, it is going to be the defenders. Now, going over here, new type destroyer system is a fairly new one, but it's very small. I don't know why Apex has new type destroyer system. I actually don't know. Somebody correct me in the comments if that actually has something to do with that. But we do have this, and then I think test type is the category that most needed the help, because right now we've literally just got GPO2. We've got Banshee Norn, and I think we've just got a bunch of development. Gundam Aquarius. Yeah, so Gundam Aquarius, and then we also have Super Hyperion. So we definitely need more on this category. But yeah, not to get past that, we've got the UC series, Unicorn, Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn, and yeah, shield defense as its thing there. Now, also, I do want to continue going into the unit just because we still have his abilities left over. You do have the increased max HP level 3, so that's a 15% increase to HP. You get the eye field level 3, which is going to decrease the damage taken by 50% if they're attacking with beam ranged weapons, not to be confused with beam melee weapons, which is like beam sabers and all this other stuff. Huge important thing. And then you've got the full psycho frame level 1, which is going to increase the accuracy and evasion by 10%. Very cool. And then we're gonna go over to Riddhe, because that is the second half of this equation. Riddhe over here is going to have, of course, a durability pilot. Most importantly, I believe he's got the support ×2, so he's going to be able to defend twice. A very elusive skill. Very good. First time on a limited unit pilot. And then we've got a Force Guard level 5, reduced damage taken by 25%. That's a very high iteration of this move. Then you've got Lock On level 1, so he's going to increase his accuracy to 100%. And you've got Sway level 2 to increase evasion by 100%. And then the skills that he has is the support defense plus 1 time that gives him that. We've got the new type UC level 4, and that's just the NTD, increases on accuracy and evasion as long as he's piloting an NTD body. And then we've also got support defense plus 1 time, which is going to just, yeah, literally gonna give it the second one when he has the the second defender ability, and then he's gonna have new type destroyer. When piloting those, he's gonna gain defense plus 15, but when piloting a EFSF UC, he's going to also reduce the damage taken by 15. So realistically, he can also slot directly into Apex, and it's fine. Now that being out of the way, let's go and look at his animations, because I know you guys want to see those. Okay, so a gentleman said a little bit ago that if I'm going to be showcasing moves, I need to not have these guys on, I need to not have these guys on ×2. So we will not have them on ×2. Thank you guys for giving me feedback. I will always be responding to feedback whenever I can. So we're gonna go over here, and we're going to attempt to use, we can't use Beam Tonfa, that's the most disappointing part. We're gonna have to switch him in the formation. But right here, we can actually use the Armed Armor DE. So let's get a look at that animation real quick. That's not bad. That's not bad. Anything involving that shield. All right, let's go over to another move. Okay, this time we're gonna come over and we're gonna hit them with a different sort of move. Because this is the animation breakdown, you know what I'm saying? Ooh. Again? Double tapping it. Okay. That was a little swaggy. That was a little swaggy. That was a little swaggy. We can deal with that. We can deal with that. Now let's get in there and see the Beam Tonfa real quick. Alright, this time we should be able to get into range to show off the Beam Tonfa. And show you guys what this animation look like, because it's I think it looks pretty heat. I think it looks pretty heat. Like! Yeah, nah. Alright guys, it is very rare that I see an animation that has me flabbergasted, because that looked amazing. That looked so good. Yeah, nah, that, my gosh. Alright, let's go to his EX. Alright, so that was pretty cool. Now we can actually check out the EX on this one. See what it hits for. Yeah, alright. Combining everything. That's clean. Bro, looking like a whole Tron motorcycle. Oh, the shark kick. Let's go. Oh, yo. Show us the psyche. Yes, let's go. Oh, bro hit him with the shining finger? For real though? Yeah, nah, this is busted. These are some gorgeous animations. The team cooked here. Yeah, nah, the team 100% cooked here. No, that's heat. Alright guys, that's heat. So yeah, now I guess it's time to test his let's test his durability. Let's see what he can do in terms of how much damage he can take, what he can prevent. Alright guys, let's go. Alright, so we're here in like just the highest difficulty we can. Number 5, rival tags over. Eternal Road. This is expert. So let's see. We have to do some tests on this one. What I want to do is run up the Sinanji, right? First we're gonna try to soften something with the Nightingale. We haven't actually seen any any stuff for the Nightingale, really. That's gonna almost kill us, which is fine. We get a little sneaky animation here. Ooh. On an SSR? Oh, what was that aura farm at the end? And that dodge. Okay. Now we're going to actually come over and position the Sinanju here. Yeah, and that will be enough. We will be able just to smite this thing. We always let the first animation of each thing go through. So you already know we had to do this. Alright. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Now we get the chance that we are going to destroy as much as possible here, okay? I think, yeah, that should be fun. That should be fun. Because, I want to see if we can get multiple rounds of this, right? We will step forward one more slot, just so we can catch this other defender for now. Now, anybody that can hit him should be able to do this. So what we're gonna do is move forward just one space and chill, and then I'm gonna end the phase. Why? Because I want to see what Banshee's numbers are like when he starts taking damage. For the most part, we're just gonna begin the battle. We don't necessarily care about half this. But you can see some of these guys be like almost one-shotting. This is insane. Alright, so as you can see, we are going to take 42,000 damage coming off of this. And that's cool, we're fine with that. Alright, so in this particular case, we are only going to take 17,000? So he seems to be a good tank, dude. Now, we probably should have saved that, though. We probably should have saved that. Okay, after that incredibly long turn, what we're gonna see is how much damage he can take from an essentially a boss like this, right? Alright. So, the fact that we'll be getting defended and then hit, yeah, we're losing all of our stuff. Even at full health, pretty much. We do not have the ability to take all that. So let's see if we use our Force Guard up if we can survive. That was weird. Oh, I see, I see, I see. So we can still actually take out a fair chunk of this and do some damage while we're at it, right? Alright, that's cool, that's cool. So, now that we have that out of the way, I do want to go and beef him up a little bit and then see how he does there. So, as many of you guys may know, when it comes to the support units, right? They are generally going to be hitting you with debuffs, with effects, with buffs. So it may not be raw stats that's the most out of them. But when it comes to DPSs, when it comes to attackers, and when it comes to durability units, their attack stat, their raw damage, their raw defense, their raw HP is going to be what allows them to do what they need to do more. So with this guy, it's time to add in a couple things. Been a little dizzy. Don't worry, don't worry. I think his back screen is so clean, I may have to just go to pity. I am like 7 multis away from Pity, and I haven't gotten a Master Gundam as of this episode, or after this video. So I do want to get Master Gundam to have the showcase. So we're probably gonna end up doing that. Now, as you can see, he definitely has he has a lot more HP right here. He's got the 130, oh yeah, the 133,000 HP. His defense as well. I think we're actually going to be able to withstand quite a bit. In the future, I'm gonna make sure I know the exact number of that, just so you guys can have that comparison. But you guys saw it happen. Okay, so we are back, and this time we have everything set to go, and we just want to see what he's taken. What he is going to take from some of these bosses. That's what I want to know right here. So we're actually going to move this guy through here. I know Sananju can get it done. Sananju can get it done. Guy's an absolute behemoth. Let's get that. We did make a little bit of a goof here. He may still dodge it. He may still just dodge it. But I don't think we're supposed to take damage right there. Okay. Good old Sananju. Bro popping off. Bro popping off. Yeah, I thought so. Definitely not getting through that. Okay, cool. So these are things that we do have to make sure that we can try to get through. We're gonna have to MP up a little bit. See if that makes the difference. Definitely have to get that through, because this just looks amazing. This game is just full of good animations, really. Like, what more could you ask for? That's crazy. Now, will he survive this? Alright, we got the chance step. This should allow us to kill this guy with the support here. So we'll get this animation in one more time. Very nice. Mwah, chef's kiss. This is just a good animation. I mean, as far as tanks go, his damage isn't bad either. Alright, now that we have chance step, we can actually position him in a place where he's gonna put in work. And we'll get this out of here real quick. Get hit back. Okay, we took a little bit of damage. It's not really gonna be a problem. Now I'll sit here. We'll just end this one, right? We can end this one with the Psycho Pressure. Underrated move, looks great. Like, absolute beast. Now we're just gonna end up killing this guy to get some of the buff off. With the support is gonna be it's gonna be a KO right there. A GG no re type moment. That way that crew is doing a lot less damage now. From here on, we're gonna move this over here, and we're gonna come over here, and we're just gonna end. So now we can see some of the raw damage is about to happen here. That entire side is gonna come over here. So right now, we definitely see the O about to take a heavy damage. Now, what's this guy buffed with? I was hoping to see if there's any buff. Because that would be pretty bad. If we don't support, I'm pretty sure that's death. That is going to be death for that unit, ain't it? Damage decreased by 40% and still taking that? Ability 50% will increase on. Oh, okay, that's gonna be really disgusting. Ko's going off there. This can't be literally. Yeah, no, this is gross. This is literally like savagery right here. Yeah. Yeah, we're about to take that damage. We'll still do it though. I think we'll just have to opt out, right? Ooh. Yeah, I forgot how savage these guys are. These guys are doing damage. Okay, so it's just the bosses. We can still take a lot of damage. I'm gonna cool it. I just wanted to see how much damage he would take, and it's a surprising amount, but I also do know these buffs are these buffs. Protection. Beam Magnum's actually getting some clapping going on here. I'm here for it. Like, he's still gonna die here, but this is fine. Alright, you know what? That extra dodge chance. I can't even hate this guy going off. Alright. He dodges or he doesn't. It is what it is. We got him. So, I mean, that is what it is. We saw some dodge at work. We saw how tanky it can be when it's not boss monsters, but that's fair too. You gotta be a little careful, and we didn't even use his defense up to see his maximum survivability. So, overall, I think we're about ready to go into the closing, really. Okay, so what I think about this unit is that it's a little hard to showcase. It's a little harder to showcase a durability unit than it is an attacker or a support. But from what I saw, this guy is actually pretty clean. The ability to... Actually, that's more with Riddhe. The ability to just have this health, have this damage against beam attacks in specific is very, very cool. I think one of the reasons why I got ripped through was because that thing was not going to hit me with range beam. It was going to hit me with freaking not range beam, like melee beam, so that's going to be an issue. When it comes to the moves, I do think that Beam Tonfa is interesting because you get up in their face, you reduce part of their range, and then you force them to hit something near or hit the defender. So that's going to be actually a pretty cool thing that I think is really nuanced. As far as Revolving Launcher goes, it has good damage, and realistically, the attack down 35% is going to help everything survive. That's really just what it's for. It's not like there's any secrets about that. That's standard tank stuff. But I think the set is good here. I think we definitely saw that accuracy and evasion by 10%. really help out there. On top of that, we saw that we didn't get to see the eye field happen on the boss, but the eye field definitely happened on the grunt, and we can see that damage increase. And it's got a 15% HP thing. I think this unit is good. I just think that as a durability unit, if you're pulling for this guy, you need to be going for dupes if you can afford it, because his HP and defense are just going to go up, and that's just going to make him a better unit. Now, going over to Riddhe, the other half of this, the fact of the matter is that because Riddhe has new type, he's also increasing his accuracy and evasion by another 10%. So essentially, this Gundam with Riddhe as the pilot has 15% more defense. He's taking 15% less attack. He's going to be taking like incredibly low damage from beamed rifles, so that's going to be great. And he has 20% chances to dodge, making it a 1 in 5 chance he just does not take the damage. He just gets the heck up out of there. So I think that's really, really good. Combined with the ability to have sway, I don't really like lock-on. I think lock-on's a weird skill, but I just haven't run into the part where I've needed it yet. And then the force guard level 5, also very, very, very good. 25% more defense on top of the reduction he already has is going to let him survive a lot. I'm not saying Riddhe is a must summon, but I do feel personally for me that Riddhe being the first limited durability unit and having a pretty good kit with a pretty good pilot with a double defender. Actually, I lied. Riddhe, I think, is a must summon. We are in a shortage of double support defense pilots, and his like Banshee Norn is a good unit. Like I said, try to hop in and get them dupes. Maybe use your Master League things to get him duped up, because he's going to show out more and more and more the more dupes you get into him. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I am having a blast using him, and hopefully the next time you see me, this will be my background screen. Hopefully, we'll see. So thank you guys for watching. Remember to hit that like and subscribe if you like the content, and I will see you in the next video, whether it be SD Gundam G Generation Eternal, whether it be me coming back to my Kingdom Hearts playthrough. My part-time job has been killing me on top of content creation, and the release of the Gundam card game has been soaking up so much of my content creation time. So with that being said, just had to put that back in front of there so you guys can see it even better. With that being said, I'll see you later. Love everybody who watches, and I love everybody who doesn't, to be honest. See you guys next time. Peace.